I know why you're here. That's right. It's time for the season 1, episode 16 preview of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. That's right. Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries is my continuing ongoing series where I read to everybody the cases from the beloved TV show Unsolved Mysteries. Season 1, episode 16 of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries covers season 1, episode 16 of Unsolved Mysteries. Do you have the need to learn about an unexplained death case? Well, I hope you do because we have two of those cases today, or in this episode of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. Are you interested? Do you want to have your heartstrings pulled at a case of lost loves? I got one of them for you. What about a missing persons case? You cannot have an episode of Unsolved Mysteries without a missing persons case. And we got one of those for you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Or the preview. Let's get on with the preview, shall we? So this episode of Unsolved Mysteries actually has a total of 6 cases. However, 2 of those cases are being omitted because they were covered originally in earlier installments of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. We have the unexplained death case of Lester Garnier. Garnier? I think that's how you pronounce his last name. We have the unexplained death of Kathy Hobbs. We have the lost loves case of Jackie Harrington. And if I can't recall, I swear my memory is just shot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but that lost loves case of Jackie Harrington was solved. So we're going to have a couple couple cases that make you feel kind of sad. These unexplained deaths. It's going to be kind of followed by a case where a brother is looking for his sister, and it ends with a happy ending, basically. And then we kind of take another swerve downwards when we learn about the case of Angelo Desideri. When I return right away, I'm going to give you like a little bit breakdown of each case, and that'll be it for this preview. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. Why did I point that part? First off, ladies and gentlemen, we have the case of Lester Garnier. God, I cannot pronounce that last name. I am sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, Lester, he was an undercover officer who, from what I can understand, he helped apprehend like prostitutes, and I think he even went after drug dealers. However, according to the video that I watched, the case, from Unsolved Mysteries, it said that he actually had a pretty good rapport with some of the prostitutes that he arrested. Sadly, one night, Lester was in his car, in a parking lot of some sort, and he was murdered. The only real witness said that he saw a couple ladies walking in the direction of his car. I cannot really recall what the outcome is. So this is actually going to be something a little bit new for me because, like I said, I cannot recall exactly what the outcome was. I know that there was some sort of update, but I cannot recall like the specifics. Anyway, before I continue on, I'm going to do this. Here, let's do this. I actually have I call it the pre-case promo. It's like a little hype package, I guess you could really say. It was like that happened just before the case actually aired on television, and here it is.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, an intriguing new story. In 1988, an undercover San Francisco vice cop, Lester Garnier, was found shot to death inside his late model Corvette. Eyewitnesses saw 2 unidentified women with Garnier within moments of his death. Police are still investigating what connection these women had to Garnier and his murder.
Okay, so that gives you a little bit of an idea. Now, we don't watch the cases here on YouTube. I just kind of read it to you, but I wanted to give you this little preview. That way you can just get like a mental picture of what it is that I'll be reading to all of you guys. When I return, it will be with the next case. Stay tuned. Well, I'm not even doing commercials. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Up next, I present to you the case of Kathy Hobbs. When she was younger, Kathy Hobbs was a happy child. However, as she grew older and she was approaching the age of 16, she started to have dreams that she was not going to make it to age 16. A lot of people today would probably say that she was mentally disturbed, possibly. I think, honestly, she was having premonitions. I thought she was having premonitions. Well, anyway, as she got closer to, 16 years of age, she was really kind of focusing on the fact that she was not going to possibly live to make it to 16. And then the day of her 16th birthday came and she was alive. She was alive. She was actually shocked that she was still alive. She beat the odds. She beat the odds, ladies and gentlemen. After she woke up that day, she decided that she was going to start, trying to interact, with more people. Like she was going to try and turn her life around. That she actually had life goals that she wanted to enact and everything. Sadly, shortly after Kathy turned 16, she was brutally murdered. I believe that she did have premonitions. However, I think that she misinterpreted when she was going to be killed. I think that the premonitions was trying to tell her that she would die after her 16th birthday, but sadly she interpreted her premonitions as that she was not going to make it to her 16th birthday. But I cannot recall exactly what the outcome was. We will find out though when I do read to everybody this case. I have the case, let's see here, the case promo for this video. So here it is.
In Las Vegas, 16-year-old Kathy Hobbs disappeared. 3 months later, police received an anonymous call from a man who may have seen her abduction. They need to find this missing witness.
Okay, so we'll find out more about this case when I read it to you in the near future. Are you in need for a good pick-me-up? Well, I hope you are, because after those last two cases that I just talked about, I need something that makes me feel a little bit better, So today, or not today, but, I present to you the Lost Loves case of Jackie Harrington. Jackie Harrington was one of several brothers and sisters of her family that was, if I understood correctly, the family's broken up and she's placed in, I'm guessing, foster care. Well, her brother is eagerly trying to find all of his brothers and sisters, and I am glad to say that his journey was actually a success. He found all his brothers and sisters, and I have a video right here for you.
In 1934, Bill Purinton was forcibly separated from his 5 brothers and sisters by well-meaning social workers. 50 years later, Bill is still searching for his lost sister, Jackie.
Now, I'm really not a mushy type of person. But does anybody say that anymore? A mushy type person? I try not to get too emotional, but it makes me feel a little bit good to know that somebody who is looking for a lost loved one, that they're found. But yeah, and so at least this episode or this installment of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries, it's actually going to have a little bit of a high point that we finally have a solved case. Yeah. And then we have a missing persons case, ladies and gentlemen. This was actually a pretty hard episode of Unsolved Mysteries. I don't mean hard like it was a bad episode. I mean hard like you get gut punched twice, and then you're finally given some good good information, a happy ending with Jackie Harrington being found, and then you end up going back down with a missing persons case. And I think and it's about this person named Angelo Desideri. If I remember correctly, I think he's also found dead. So like I said, this is a rather dark and hard episode of Unsolved Mysteries that we're going to be going through, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, Angelo Desideri, I cannot really recall that much. I think he had a couple businesses, if I remember correctly, and because of him having these businesses, I think he was able to afford a pretty nice life. I'm not sure if it was like he was like Rockefeller rich type nice, but he was still actually able to afford a nice life. He ended up disappearing. I think they said he was about to have lunch when he disappeared. Well, anyway, his car was found on fire. That's right. His car was found on fire. And from Unsolved Mysteries, ladies and gentlemen, When there's two things: if there's a car and if there's a fire, never a good thing. It's never a good thing. Well, the car belonged to Angelo Desideri, and I think they were trying to figure out what ended up happening to him. Anyway, here's that video, ladies and gentlemen.
In Phoenix, Arizona, a 58-year-old businessman named Angelo Desideri vanished from his home. 400 miles away, his car was found ablaze. No trace of Angelo Desideri has ever been found.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. These are the 4 cases that I will be covering. When I return, I will give you my basically a roundup. So I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. So overall, we have a total of 4 cases. A total of 6 cases, but 2 of those cases are omitted. Just to round up, case number 1, we have the unexplained death of Lester Garnier. I hope it sounded correctly, but anyway. After that, we have the tragic death of Kathy Hobbs. Are you looking for a happy ending? Well, I got a partial. It's happy, but it's not quite the ending yet. We have the case of Jackie Harrington. Her brother was desperately looking for her. Thankfully, brother and sister were reunited, and that story has a happy ending. But we end up going from a nice high to a low. That's right. We have the missing persons case of Angelo Desideri. What ended up causing this businessman to be killed and his car set on fire? We will find out about all of these cases coming up in the near future. The first case I will be covering will be the case of Lester Garnier. I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce it. In that case, I will be covering tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 8th of June, 2025, and I cannot wait to read this case to everybody. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has taken the time out of their days. Every day that I upload a video for Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries, I hope that you enjoy it. That if you like what you watch, feel free to click that subscribe button, because I like to know, I would like to think that there are still people out there that love Unsolved Mysteries. But I will see you tomorrow for the case of Lester Garnier, and that's it. My name is Jeff, aka GCurse. Wishing you all a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Peace.